finish another season in that building where everyone wants to finish their season.
Yes.
How does it feel to be heading back?
Feels great. Last year it was just so awesome to be there, because when you know that NFL teams play on that very floor and get to play under those lights is just something so special. And, the fact that we get to experience that twice in 2 years, that's an amazing feeling.
What are sometimes going in there for the first time as a group, it can take a minute to kind of adjust to, man, the lights are different, The crowd is big, just a giant empty roof in there and everything. What do you remember about just sort of the moments of going in there and taking the field for the first time, and how can, having been through that experience, and I guess this whole week, having been through this week before, help y'all as y'all get ready for this one?
So, every week, or last year when during Dome Week, Coach Breen and Coach Foster, they tell you, look, when you walk out on that floor, you better not look up, because you're going to be in awe, and everyone who has walked in there has done the exact opposite and will look up, and they're like, oh. And so. But, it's just like every other game, you have that little the pregame jitters and all that. But once you play, once you get going, it's just like any other game. You just start feeling like you're at your home, pretty much to me.
Last year, you guys had to weather through some ups and downs at times and then kind of find your stride. This year, it hasn't been a perfect record, but y'all have been strong essentially from start to finish. What has been kind of the step forward, the faster start to whatever it's been? How would you kind of describe the way that this season's gone to this point compared?
So those first 3 weeks, when we scrimmaged Evangel, Jamboree with Ash, and then with Tioga, we were very still trying to figure out things. We had a really rough start, but I think that after Tioga, we had a wake up call, and we decided that we needed to make a stand and do something. And, Coach Doty made that schedule with Neville and Washita to make sure that we are prepared for anything that comes our way, because those are two amazing teams. Washita's going to the Dome with us. And so, to play those guys just like last year, it helps us prepare for teams that we need to be worried about.
I told Trey, I've had coaches from the area that have told me a couple different times as the season progressed, Sterlington is probably farther along right now than they were this time last year. What is it when you look at what has been better, particularly late in the season and where y'all are? Y'all have had some phenomenal playoff performances in particular.
I don't know. I feel like we're just a lot more matured. A lot of us from the senior class this year, played last year a whole lot throughout our high school career. So we just know what's expected of us, and we know what our assignment is. We've been through this more than enough times to understand that, this is our job. We need to get this finished.
What do you expect this matchup in particular to be like on Friday? It feels like both these teams are ones that kind of hang their hat on let's be physical and control things up front. And different guys can hurt you at different points. Yeah. And y'all saw them last year in the semis. What's the matchup going to look like when we get out there?
It's going to be a great game. They're big up front. Just like they were last year, they were very big up front. But, our defense is very more run defense. So I have a lot of faith in our defense. But for offense, I think we're just going to handle business like we always do. I'm not scared. I'm not really afraid of none.
Y'all had to replace some key weapons from last year. Mm-hmm. It seems like the next guys that are stepping into bigger roles this year just kind of keep rolling. How much fun has it been to watch those guys kind of take on some bigger roles and what they've been able to do behind y'all?
It's been really fun because I've been trying to help out those guys, coach them up, because from summer to now, always trying to make sure that they're on target, and that if they ever need anything, I'll make sure that they got it. Whatever you need, I got it. But it makes me feel old. It does, because, just having to coach them up, and it takes me back to my freshman year. I'm always needing to, don't know what to do. I'm like, please, I need help. Yeah. But it's amazing. It's great.
And this year, you mentioned you guys in Washita both down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the biggest 3-1-8 contingent overall we've had down there in a little while. How much do y'all enjoy that, of just seeing not only what y'all have the opportunity to do for this program, but the opportunity that's there to really showcase the entire north half of the state in a lot of ways?
So my mom and dad are both alumni from our alma mater, from Washita. So it's really something special, because to go down there with those guys, because that's a really great group of guys. When they came here, it's a tough loss. But it was an amazing game. But to know that the 3-1-8 is going down there at New Orleans to help play in that dome is just, it's a great feeling.